What if I told you the greatest basketball player of all time was once cut from his high school team? This is the story of how failure fueled a legend. For more stories that inspire and help you master English, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on all notifications. Michael Jordan was born on February 17, 1963, in Brooklyn, New York. But his family moved when he was very young, and so he grew up in a place called Wilmington, North Carolina. He was the fourth child in a very hard-working family, and his parents were always there to support him and his brothers and sisters. His mother, Dolores Jordan, was a kind but also very strict woman. His father, James Jordan Sr., was a huge influence on him. Together, his parents taught Michael the value of working hard. They taught him about discipline and about showing respect to other people. These were important lessons that would stay with him for his entire life. As a child, Michael was not always the best athlete. In fact, he was quite shy and often struggled with his self-confidence. It might surprise you to know that his first love was not basketball. It was baseball. But his mother Dolores always encouraged him to try new things. She would say, "Michael, just try it. You never know." And so he listened to his mother and decided to join the basketball team at his high school, Emsley A. Laney High School. When Michael first joined the high school basketball team, he was not a star. He was not the best player. In fact, during his second year, his sophomore year, he was cut from the main team. Can you imagine that? The future legend of the NBA, the person who would become maybe the greatest basketball player of all time, was told he wasn't good enough for his high school team. This moment could have broken him. It could have been the end of his basketball story. But instead, it became the fire that motivated him to work even harder. Michael went home that night feeling devastated. His heart was heavy. But his parents were there for him, ready to listen and to help. His mother encouraged him, telling him not to give up. His father reminded him that real success is built on hard work and persistence. He told Michael that the best things in life don't come easy. So Michael spent that entire summer practicing. He was in the gym every single day, shooting hoops, running, and getting stronger. He didn't just play basketball anymore. He became obsessed with it. He wanted to prove to everyone and to himself that he was capable of greatness. By his junior year, the next year of high school, Michael made the team again. And this time, he was unstoppable. All of his dedication had paid off. He quickly became the star of the team. His talent on the court was undeniable. It was clear to everyone who watched him play. He could jump higher, run faster, and score more points than anyone else. But it wasn't just his physical abilities that made him stand out. It was his mindset. Michael developed a belief in himself that no one could shake. He learned that failure was not something to be afraid of. No, he saw that failure was just a stepping stone, a lesson on the path to greater success. After high school, Michael went on to play college basketball at the famous University of North Carolina, also known as UNC. There he played for a legendary coach named Dean Smith. Coach Smith would teach him very important lessons about teamwork, discipline, and focus. In 1982, during the final seconds of the NCAA championship game, Michael hit the game-winning shot. The crowd went wild. That single moment, that one shot, marked the real beginning of his legendary career. People all across the country started to notice Michael Jordan, and he was quickly becoming a household name. Despite his rising success, Michael's life was not without challenges. He still faced doubts from other people. Some thought he was too small or not strong enough to compete at the highest level of professional basketball. But Michael didn't listen to the critics. He didn't let their words affect him. He was determined to prove them all wrong. In 1984, Michael made the bold decision to leave college early and enter the NBA draft. At the time, he was not expected to be the top pick. However, the Chicago Bulls, a team from Chicago, saw his amazing potential. They selected him with the 3rd overall pick. Michael was so excited to start his professional career, but he also knew it would not be easy. The NBA was full of incredibly talented and experienced players. He would need to work harder than ever before to prove that he belonged there. Michael Jordan's professional career with the Chicago Bulls began in 1984, but things were not as easy as they seemed. He quickly became known for his incredible athletic skill, but also for his deep hunger to win and his powerful drive to be the best. He didn't just want to play basketball. He wanted to change the game itself. In his very first season, Michael made an immediate impact. He set a rookie scoring record and quickly became one of the most exciting players to watch in the entire league. He averaged 28.2 points per game, which is truly incredible for a first-year player. His style of play was flashy and full of wonderful energy. He would fly through the air and slam dunk over taller players, making these incredible moves that had the crowd screaming his name. But it wasn't just his athleticism that made him so special. It was his attitude. Michael Jordan had a unique belief that anything was possible if you worked hard enough for it. His confidence was contagious. It spread to the people around him. But even with all this amazing talent, Michael's early years in the NBA were difficult. Despite his individual brilliance, his team, the Chicago Bulls, was not winning championships. He could score. He could jump. He could perform amazing feats on the court. But basketball is a team sport. The Bulls were not making it past the first round of the playoffs. Michael's frustration started to grow. He wanted to win more than anything, but it seemed like his team just wasn't ready to take that final, most difficult step. But Michael never stopped pushing himself, and he did not give up on his teammates. Instead of focusing on the failures and the losses, he kept working harder. He practiced for longer hours and demanded more from everyone around him. Michael didn't just lead by example, he actively pushed his teammates to work harder. He would challenge them sometimes in tough ways, but it was always with the goal of making the team better. He knew they could not win alone. During the late 1980s, Michael started to build a reputation as a true winner. He won back-to-back scoring titles in 1987 and 1988. And in 1988, he was named the NBA Most Valuable Player, the MVP, for the first time. But even with these wonderful personal achievements, he knew that basketball wasn't just about individual awards. He wanted to win championships, and he knew he needed help to do it. That's when the Chicago Bulls made a very important change. They brought in a new coach named Phil Jackson, a man who would become one of the most successful coaches in NBA history. Under Phil Jackson's leadership, the Bulls began to change. Jackson was known for his calm personality and his team-oriented approach. This balanced Michael's fiery, passionate nature perfectly. Phil Jackson helped Michael Jordan understand that teamwork was just as important as individual talent. He also introduced a new strategy called the triangle offense. It was a system that played to Michael's strengths, allowing him to score, but also getting all of his teammates involved in the game. Together, Michael Jordan and Phil Jackson would go on to build an incredible dynasty. The Bulls' first real taste of success came in 1991, when they finally reached the NBA Finals. They were playing against the Los Angeles Lakers, a team led by Magic Johnson, one of the greatest players of all time. This was a huge moment for Michael Jordan. He had always been compared to the legends who came before him, but now was his chance to prove himself on the biggest stage. The pressure was enormous, but Michael was ready. The Bulls won the series in 5 games, and Michael Jordan was named the Finals MVP. That was the moment when the world truly realized that Michael Jordan was not just a great player. He was a winner. But Michael did not stop there. He kept pushing for more. The Bulls went on to win the NBA championship again in 1992, and then again in 1993. Michael had finally reached the very top of the basketball world, but his desire for success never went away. He was not satisfied with just one championship. He wanted to build a dynasty. His amazing work ethic, his competitive nature, and his never-ending drive were the reasons behind the Bulls' continued success. Then, in 1993, something completely unexpected happened. At the very peak of his career, with 3 NBA championships in a row, Michael Jordan made the shocking decision to retire from basketball. It was not because he couldn't win more titles, and it wasn't because he was burned out. It was because of a terrible tragedy. His father, James Jordan Sr., was tragically murdered during a robbery. The loss of his father was devastating to Michael. He decided to step away from basketball to grieve and to reflect on his life. During his time away from the game, Michael pursued a professional baseball career. This was to honor his father's love for the sport of baseball. He played in the minor leagues for a while, but it was clear that his heart was still in basketball. In 1995, Michael Jordan made the emotional decision to return to the NBA and to the Chicago Bulls. His first game back was met with so much excitement, and the arena was filled with cheering fans. It did not take long for him to remind everyone why he was called the greatest. Michael Jordan's return was nothing short of spectacular. He led the Bulls to 3 more consecutive NBA championships, winning titles in 1996, 1997, and 1998. These years were some of the best in NBA history, with Michael leading his team through intense competition and incredible pressure. His basketball IQ, his ability to perform when it mattered most, and his amazing clutch moments were unmatched. His leadership and his powerful will to win were the driving forces behind the team's unbelievable success. By the time Michael Jordan retired for the second time in 1999, he had won 6 NBA championships with the Chicago Bulls. He had been named the NBA Finals MVP 6 times, and he had become a global icon. His legacy was cemented, and he was widely considered the greatest basketball player to ever live. But what made Michael Jordan truly special wasn't just his skills on the court. It was his mentality. He believed that the only way to succeed was to never stop trying to be great, no matter how many obstacles came his way. Even after his second retirement, Michael Jordan's influence on the game of basketball continued. His brand, Air Jordan, became a cultural symbol, and his impact on sports and pop culture is still felt all over the world today. Michael Jordan's story is not just about basketball. It's about overcoming challenges, never giving up, and always pushing yourself to be the best you can be. His life teaches us that success is not given to you. It is earned through hard work, resilience, and a mindset that refuses to accept failure. In the early 1980s, when Michael Jordan was a rising star, the famous sportswear brand Nike was struggling. They were trying to find success in the world of basketball. Nike had just started to create basketball shoes, but they were not very popular yet. People knew Nike for running shoes, but not for basketball. Nike was looking for a player who could help them transform the basketball shoe market. They needed someone who could help them create a new and exciting image. They thought of Michael Jordan. At the time, Michael was still a rookie with the Chicago Bulls, but Nike saw his amazing potential both on and off the court. They offered him a special deal, but there was a catch. Nike had very little experience with basketball shoes, and they were not sure if Michael would be the right person for them. The Nike team, led by a man named Phil Knight, decided to take a chance. They created a new kind of shoe that was bold, different, and had never been seen before. They called it the Air Jordan. The shoes were very bright, with a unique red, black, and white design that reflected Michael's team colors. Nike decided to go all in, making these shoes a symbol of Michael's greatness. But there was one big problem. The NBA did not like the new design. The league actually banned the Air Jordan shoes because they did not match the uniform rules. They thought the shoes were too bold and too different. But Michael Jordan and Nike were not discouraged by this. Instead, they turned this problem into a brilliant marketing opportunity. Nike started to create advertisements that said, Michael Jordan was wearing shoes that the NBA had banned. It was like they were saying, these shoes are so special, so revolutionary, that the NBA can't handle them. This controversy made people even more excited to buy the shoes. The shoes became a symbol of rebellion, of individuality, and of breaking the rules to achieve success. The Air Jordan shoes were a huge success. They quickly became much more than just basketball shoes. They became a cultural icon. People didn't just want to wear them for basketball. They wore them to look cool, to be part of something bigger, and to feel like they could achieve greatness just like Michael Jordan. This partnership between Nike and Michael Jordan was a major turning point in both of their stories. The success of the Air Jordan brand helped Nike become the dominant force in the basketball shoe market. It wasn't just about the shoes anymore. It was about the powerful message behind them, believing in yourself, taking risks, and creating something bigger than what people expect. Today, the Air Jordan brand is still going strong more than 30 years after the first pair of shoes was released. The Air Jordan sneakers remain one of the best-selling shoes in the world, and Michael Jordan's name is still connected with success, hard work, and legendary status. Through his partnership with Nike, Michael Jordan didn't just change the way we think about basketball shoes. He changed the way we think about athletes as brands. He proved that athletes could be more than just players. They could be entrepreneurs, trendsetters, and leaders both on and off the court. And it all started with a bold step forward, wearing shoes that were banned by the NBA but loved by the world. Michael Jordan's journey did not end with his basketball career. While his championships, MVP titles, and records cemented his place in basketball history, it was his legacy that truly set him apart. His impact went far beyond just the sport of basketball. He changed the game, he inspired millions of people, and he created a lasting legacy that continues to this day. After retiring for the second time in 1999, Michael did not disappear from the public eye. Instead, he shifted his focus to business, becoming one of the most successful athletes off the court. His brand Air Jordan became more than just a line of shoes. It became a cultural phenomenon. People all over the world wore Jordan sneakers, aspiring to live up to the greatness that the shoes symbolized. It wasn't just about the basketball shoes anymore. It was about the mindset they represented. When you put on a pair of Air Jordans, you were not just wearing sneakers. You were stepping into the world of Michael Jordan, where hard work, discipline, and success were everything. Jordan's influence did not stop there. In 2006, he became a part owner and the president of basketball operations for the Charlotte Hornets basketball team. Through his leadership, he brought new energy to the team and worked tirelessly to improve it. Michael did not just want to own a team. He wanted to make sure the team thrived just like he had done with the Bulls. His competitive spirit remained as strong as ever, and he used his influence and his business knowledge to push the Hornets to new heights. But perhaps the most powerful aspect of Michael Jordan's life is how he has inspired generations of people, and not just basketball players. His mentality became a model for anyone who wanted to achieve success. People from all walks of life, students, business professionals, artists, and athletes, looked up to Michael's ability to overcome failure and turn it into success. He became the living embodiment of never giving up and always striving for greatness, no matter how many obstacles you face. One of Michael's most famous quotes is, "I can accept failure. Everyone fails at something, but I can't accept not trying." This quote perfectly captures the essence of who Michael Jordan is. He did not fear failure because he knew that failure was a natural part of the journey. What mattered most to him was putting in the effort, trying his best every single time, and always pushing for more. This mentality is what made him the greatest of all time. He understood that success isn't about always winning, but about never losing the will to try. In addition to his impact in basketball and business, Michael Jordan's philanthropy also leaves a powerful legacy. He has donated millions of dollars to various causes, especially those related to education, healthcare, and youth programs. Through his Jordan brand, he has worked to empower young people and help them build better futures. He has made it clear that success is not just about what you achieve for yourself, it's about lifting others up along the way. Michael Jordan also proved that it is not about where you come from, but about where you are willing to go. Growing up in a small town in North Carolina, he was not born with fame or fortune. But through his incredible hard work, his discipline, and his dedication, he became one of the most influential people in the world. He showed everyone that your circumstances do not define you. Your actions do. Even today, Michael Jordan continues to inspire. Whether it's through his Hall of Fame speeches, his involvement with the Charlotte Hornets, or his ongoing philanthropic efforts, his message is always clear. Success comes from believing in yourself, putting in the work, and never accepting anything less than greatness. His story teaches us that we all face setbacks, struggles, and doubts. But it is not about those challenges. It is about how we respond to them. Michael Jordan did not let his failures define him. Instead, he used them as stepping stones to become greater than anyone ever thought was possible. When people told him he was not good enough, he proved them wrong. When he faced injury, he came back stronger. When his teammates doubted themselves, he led them to victory. Michael Jordan's story is the ultimate lesson in resilience in leadership and in the power of believing in yourself. As we reflect on his incredible journey, we can draw one powerful conclusion. Success does not happen overnight. It takes dedication, it takes hard work, and it takes the unwavering belief that no matter how many times you fall, you can always rise again. Michael Jordan's life reminds us that anything is possible if we are willing to put in the effort, take risks, and never, ever give up. He is more than just a basketball legend. He is a living example of what it means to strive for excellence, to overcome adversity, and to inspire the world to do the same. His legacy will live on forever, not just in the history books, but in the hearts of everyone who dares to dream big and work tirelessly to make those dreams a reality. Remember, achieving your dreams is not about taking the easiest path. It's about facing challenges, overcoming obstacles, and never losing faith in yourself. Just like Michael Jordan, who was told he was not good enough, you may face doubts and setbacks, but that is when your true strength shines. The road to success is never a straight line, but it is those difficult moments that build your character and teach you the most valuable lessons. Stay focused. Work hard. And trust the process, because every step you take brings you closer to where you want to be. Believe in your abilities even when no one else does, and keep pushing forward. Your dreams are waiting for you. Don't let fear hold you back. You have the power to create the life you desire, and with determination and belief, you can achieve the impossible.